Hello, and welcome to our channel. Today, we dive in deep into a topic that is absolutely crucial for every modern mariner, mastering your ECDIS. We'll be covering the adjustment of settings, managing safe distances, and ensuring the overall safety of navigation, all while aligning with major maritime standards like STCW, ISM, and SOLAS. The Electronic Chart Display and Information System, or ECDIS, has completely revolutionized how we navigate at sea. It's so much more than just a digital map. It offers real-time position monitoring, a whole suite of alarms, advanced route planning tools, and powerful decision support capabilities. In fact, under SOLAS Chapter 5, a type-approved ECDIS can even replace traditional paper charts, fundamentally changing how we conduct the navigational watch and plan our voyage. But here is the critical point. Just having an ECDIS on the bridge doesn't automatically make you safe. It's a powerful tool, but its effectiveness depends entirely on the person using it. If it's not configured correctly, monitored diligently, or if its functions aren't fully understood, it can create a false sense of security. Incorrect settings, poorly defined safety distances, and ignored alarms can lead to catastrophic accidents, like grounding, collisions, or straying into restricted areas. So, how do we prevent that? It all comes down to proper configuration, active monitoring, and disciplined watchkeeping. This is where many incidents occur not because the technology failed, but because it wasn't used to its full potential. Think of it like this. An ECDIS is only as smart as the officer of the watch operating it. Understanding how to customize its settings for your specific vessel and current situation is non-negotiable for safe navigation. That's exactly what we're going to tackle in this comprehensive guide. We'll provide you with an extensive reference on optimizing your ECDIS settings for maximum safety and efficiency. We'll walk you through how to establish and maintain safe distances, which is a cornerstone of collision avoidance and hazard management. We will also cover essential watchkeeping practices and safety procedures that every bridge team must follow. And importantly, we'll connect all of these practices back to the regulatory framework, ensuring you're compliant with standards from the IMO-AMSA and other key maritime authorities. Let's start with the heart of the system, the settings. Your ECDIS has a multitude of settings that need to be correctly configured for each phase of the voyage. This isn't a set-it-and-forget-it device. Let's break down the most critical ones. First up is the safety contour. This is arguably the most important setting. The safety contour is a visual line on the chart that separates safe, navigable water from unsafe water based on your vessel's draft and required underkeel clearance. It's automatically drawn by the ECDIS using the depth information from the electronic navigational chart, or ENC. You must set the safety contour value based on your ship's specific parameters and the company's safety management system. A common mistake is using a default value that doesn't account for your vessel's current draft, squat effect at different speeds, or the accuracy of the hydrographic data. You should always select a value that provides a clear and unambiguous boundary between safe and unsafe depths. A good practice is to set it slightly deeper than your calculated safety depth to give you an extra margin of safety. When the ECDIS displays the two-shade depth coloring, you immediately know which side of that line you need to be on. Next, let's talk about the safety depth. This is a user-defined depth value. While the safety contour draws a line, the safety depth setting controls how depth soundings are displayed on the screen. Any sounding equal to or less than your set safety depth will be shown in a more prominent, bold font, making them stand out. This is your quick glance tool for identifying specific shallow spots within an otherwise navigable area. You should set this value equal to your calculated safety depth, which includes your draft, required UKC, and allowances for squat and swell. Using the safety depth in conjunction with the safety contour gives you a multi-layered view of underwater hazards. Then there's the shallow contour and the deep contour. These settings help you further customize the visual display of depth areas. The shallow contour marks the area that is definitely not navigable, often colored dark blue. The deep contour marks the beginning of very deep water, where you might not need to worry about grounding hazards at all. By setting these four contours, shallow, safety, deep, and the safety depth, you can create a clear, four-color depth palette on your screen. This makes it incredibly easy to interpret the seabed topography at a glance, which is vital when you're making quick decisions on a busy bridge. Now, let's move on to alarm management, a topic that can make or break your watchkeeping effectiveness. ECDIS alarms are designed to alert you to impending dangers. But if they're not managed properly, they can lead to alarm fatigue. This is a dangerous situation where the watchkeeper becomes desensitized to frequent and often unnecessary alarms and starts ignoring them. The key is to optimize your alarm settings so that you only receive meaningful and timely alerts. One of the most important alarms is the anti-grounding alarm. This alarm is triggered when the system predicts that your vessel will cross the safety contour within a specified time or distance. This look-ahead time is a user-defined setting. You need to set it intelligently. In open waters, you might set a longer look-ahead time, say 10 to 12 minutes, giving you ample time to react. But in confined waters, like a narrow channel or during port maneuvers, a long look-ahead time will just generate constant, annoying alarms. In these situations, you should reduce it to a more practical value, perhaps 2 to 3 minutes, so you're only alerted to immediate dangers. Another critical setting is the cross-track distance, or XTD alarm. This creates a virtual corridor along your planned route. If your vessel deviates beyond the set limit to port or starboard, an alarm will sound. Just like the look-ahead time, your XTD limits should be dynamic. In the open ocean, a wider limit of 1 or 2 nautical miles might be acceptable. But as you approach coastal waters or enter a traffic separation scheme, you need to tighten this limit significantly. Maybe down to 1 or 2 cable lengths to ensure you stay precisely on your planned track. You should also be familiar with other alarms like the area alarm, which alerts you when approaching user-defined areas such as anchorages, no-go zones, or environmentally sensitive areas. Regularly reviewing and adjusting these alarm parameters based on your navigational phase is a hallmark of a professional and proactive watchkeeper. Don't be afraid to fine-tune them. A quiet bridge with meaningful alarms is far safer than a noisy one with constant, irrelevant alerts. Properly setting up your ECDIS display is just as important. You need to choose the right display mode. The standard display is the minimum required by EMO, showing essential chart data. However, for route planning and detailed analysis, you should switch to the all other or full display mode, which reveals all the information contained in the ENC. Be cautious though, as this can clutter the screen. A good watchkeeper knows when to switch between modes to get the right amount of information at the right time. Don't forget to periodically check for chart updates. 2. An outdated ENC is as dangerous as an old paper chart. Now that we've covered the core settings, let's talk about turning that information into action. This is where safe distance management comes in. Safe distance isn't just about avoiding collisions with other ships. It's about maintaining a safe buffer from all navigational hazards, including land, shallow waters, and other dangers. Your ECDIS is your primary tool for this. Your primary reference is the safety contour you've already said. The rule is simple. Never cross it without a compelling reason and a thorough risk assessment. But you also need to think about your guard zone or safety frame. This is a user-defined sector or ring around your vessel that the ECDIS constantly monitors for dangers. If any charted hazard, like a wreck, an obstruction, or an area with a depth less than your safety contour, enters this guard zone, an alarm will sound. The size and shape of your guard zone should be adjusted based on your speed, location, and traffic density. In open sea, a larger, forward-looking sector is appropriate. In coastal waters or areas with crossing traffic, you might use a 360-degree ring around your vessel. Setting up this guard zone effectively automates part of your lookout, drawing your attention to hazards you might otherwise miss. Furthermore, your ECDIS integrates with your radar and eyes, allowing you to manage distances to other vessels. You can set CPA closest point of approach and TCPA time to closest point of approach limits for all tracked targets. When another vessel is projected to breach these limits, the ECDIS will generate a collision alarm. It's crucial that these limits are set according to your company's policy and the CP. Don't just rely on the default settings. A proper assessment involves considering the other vessel's size, speed, and maneuverability, as well as your own. Ultimately, all these tools and settings support the most important system on the bridge: the human watchkeeper. Good watchkeeping discipline is the glue that holds everything together. This means actively monitoring the ECDIS, not just passively watching the screen. Cross-check your ECDIS position with other means like GPS, radar fixes, or visual bearings on a regular basis. This is a requirement under STCW and is simply good seamanship. It ensures that you catch any potential sensor errors before they become a problem. During every watch handover, there should be a detailed briefing about the current ECDIS settings, any active alarms, the planned route ahead, and any potential hazards. The incoming officer must verify that they understand the setup and are comfortable with it. This process is a critical safety barrier and is mandated by the ISM code. In conclusion, ECDIS is an incredibly powerful navigational aid that has greatly enhanced maritime safety. But it is not a magic box that navigates the ship for you. Safety depends on the skill and diligence of the mariner. By diligently optimizing your settings like the safety contour and safety depth, managing your alarms to avoid fatigue, dynamically defining safe distances using tools like guard zones and CPA limits, and adhering to strict watchkeeping procedures, you can unlock the full potential of your ECDIS. Remember, technology is a tool, but you are the professional. Stay curious, stay vigilant, and never stop learning. Your commitment to mastering these systems is what truly ensures a safe voyage for everyone. On board, thank you for watching. We hope this guide was helpful. If you found this information valuable, please give us a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into maritime safety and technology. Stay safe out there.